What's up, Guardians? What is going on, y'all? Your dude Sly here, back at it with another Destiny 2 guide for you all, and this time, we're taking a look at our most recent exotic quest to drop, the rocket launcher called Truth. Now, it was one of my favorite rocket launchers in Destiny 1, well, besides the Gjallarhorn, of course, and as of right now, it's one of the only launchers with the grenades and horseshoe perk on it, so it's quite unique in that aspect. Now, that's not as grindy or as show-stopping as, say, the Outbreak Prime quests, but there are quite a few things that you need to do in order to get this bad boy, and there are some shortcuts you can take to make things go a little faster. So without further ado, y'all, let's dive in and I'll show you guys all the locations of the Ascendant chests, how to complete the map fragments, and even a few shortcuts. So let's jump in and take a look. So to start this quest for Truth, you need to first head into the Menagerie for this week. A new boss has arrived for this week's rotation, and upon killing it, it will drop you a thing called a scrap of paper. That's actually the quest step itself. Now, to kill the ogre, all you have to do is shoot the explosive thrall, grab the orb that they drop, throw it at his shield, the shield goes down, you kill it, and then you're done. It's really not that hard of a boss to get rid of. So once you get this, exit the Menagerie and then head over to Petra Venj and talk to her. This will then set you on the path to completing this exotic quest. And the next step after that is to complete the Ascendant Challenge in the Dreaming City. It's located in the Bay Lost sector. Now, even if you've already ran it for this week, just go ahead and do it again. It will count. So run through it, grab the chest at the end. That is a must. You have to grab the chest. And once you do that, it will give you a next step, which is called a map asunder. Now, if you read this quest step at the very bottom, it'll give you some hints as to what you need to do in order to start and finish this. There seems to be some variation from player to player here, but not a lot. So far, I've only noticed two things that can switch. So for that reason, I will list all of them, at least all of them that I know of, and some of these map fragments come from Ascendant chests while other drop from enemies. Now, currently there's a bug. You really only have to do one of the following things that we'll talk about here in a second, and then once you do one of them, you can head over to Petra and just buy the rest from her, which saves you a lot of time, but it is a bug, so it might be fixed, and just for that reason, I'm going to list all of them in case it does become fixed in the future. So first up, guys, to complete this, we need to head to Nessus. Now, if your clue leads you to the cistern by the Well of Flame, head over to the tower, now the Well of Flame tower that is, and once you're here, look for this Lost Sector symbol. It's kind of in between the tree and the tower itself. So while you're facing the symbol, turn around and head straight towards the edge of the Radiolarian Lake. Make sure you are Ascendant. Everything you do here, you have to be Ascendant for it. Otherwise, you will not see these bridges and the chests, of course. Now, once you get close to it, it should be fairly obvious. There's this huge platform right in front of you. Go ahead and jump on up, reach the end, and then you're good to go. Now, just some advice here, guys. Like I said, be sure you are Ascendant for everything you do from here on out. Getting chests, killing ads, etc. Keep swigging down your Ascendant drank just to be sure. Now, if you need more Dranky Drank, they have a high drop rate from gold chests in the Dreaming City, or you can get them from the Ahamkara Skull in the same place where you fight the Meatball for this week's Dreaming City mission. You can purchase up to 5 with Dreaming City materials. Next, we have to hop on over to the barge on Nessus. So from here, head towards the very back of the map, the opposite side of where the Nessus barge is, and make your way up to the very top and walk towards the ledge. You'll start to see some bridges appear. Follow that will be your next chest. Okay, next up, let's head towards the Dreaming City. Now, upon arriving, head towards the Blind Well. Once again, make sure you are Ascendant. Now, you need to grab the Ascendant chest from this first area, which is located on your way to the Blind Well, way up there in the sky. This one is a little longer to get to, but just keep jumping up until you reach the end. Open it up, and now we're on to the next area. This Ascendant chest is the same one that you've grabbed from, doing the Triumph, last month or whatever. It's the same chest that's been here all along for this week. Okay, so after you grab the chest, guys, we're on to our next area. Now head on over to the Tangled Shore, the Jetsam specifically. Once you're here, you want to head inside the Downed Hive tomb ship and make it all the way to the very end, kind of like you're doing the Mindbender mission. What you're going to see here is a huge ogre waiting for you, and all you have to do is kill it to obtain the next step. Now you want to do this ogre last, because each chest you have opened contains map fragments, and in order to complete these map fragments and put them all together, you have to do certain things around the open world, and one of them is to score Hive multi-kills with a rocket launcher on the Tangled Shore, and powerful enemies significantly boost that score. So when you take out this ogre, do it with a rocket launcher, and as you can see here, I have 50% just from a few shots in the tomb ship. That ogre gives you a huge chunk, so it's worth saving this one until after you get the Hive step. Okay, so after that ogre is dead, you now have to open up your menu and look at all of these fragments and complete the requirements. You know about the hive kills in the Tangled Shore, but there's also multi-kills on Nessus, turning in one of those Corsair badges in the Dreaming City, and finally the worst one is to run a Nightfall 3 times with at least 100 handicap. You also need to get 60 rocket launcher kills while running these Nightfalls, and yes, you must complete the Nightfall 3 times. That means killing the boss. Now, the recent Wardcliff coil nerf makes it so that it's absolutely terrible for boss damage, but for ads, it is a monster, and I highly recommend using it for any step that requires multi-kills or rocket launcher kills. It will speed things up tremendously. Also, be sure to strap on any armor that has the heavy ammo perk on it. You might not see it, make a difference immediately, but trust me, it does make a difference over the long term. Once you have completed all of the map fragments and you've turned them in, your next step is to launch the Warden of Nothing strike. Now, it's not one of those blue missions or a Nightfall, it's just the regular old strike from the Tangled Shore directory. Select it and go ahead and head on in. While you're doing this strike, you need to keep a lookout for artifacts. Now, the artifacts are just like the ones you rescued from this week's Dreaming City mission. They're kind of like those little solar system looking things. You don't have to collect them all, but grab as many as you can. Okay, so as you launched into the Warden Strike, go ahead and make your way to the very beginning where you see your first, cluster of ads. There is one at the very beginning, right before you enter to move the train. Now, this rando grabbed it, so I missed the opportunity to show it in the video, but it is right here where that Minotaur spawns. It's right in the open, basically. The next one is located by the lined up pikes, right after you drop down to the double tracks. So grab that bad boy, keep going, and the next one is going to be past the Minotaur in this next area where you see all the trains going crazy. What you want to do is take the pass under the first drop to your left, and there's like this little tunnel that connects the left and right tracks. You'll see the next artifact on your left hand side. So pop on out of there, keep on going, and after the trains, jump up like you normally would, and you'll see the next object chilling on the pipes. The next one is located in the area with the huge Minotaur, so keep on going like normal, and then there'll be a small cove at the very top left of the map, tucked away in the corner. You'll see the next artifact. Here's a still of it right here. Once again, the rando got it, so I couldn't show it, but this is what it looks like right here. Alright guys, and finally, the last one, or the last one that I've seen so far, is located once you make it to the mines. Once again, another rando picked it up before I could grab it, but when you head over to the B mine, there will be a big orange crate and a few smaller ones to the right of that. Nestled in the middle of those two will be the final artifact. Once again, you really don't need to grab all of these artifacts. Each artifact corresponds to a platform at the end of the strike, and of course at the end of all those platforms is another chest that drops truth. But the chest is really easy to get to, so if you missed a few of them, or if perhaps they spawn in a different area for you, then it's really not a big deal because it's right straight in a row and it's really easy to get to. So don't freak out if you can't find it, it's not a big deal. Just keep going and grab the next one. Okay guys, and the final thing to do, head to the boss room, melt that bad boy down, and then walk to the opening where the boss actually spawns. Once the boss is dead, the platforms will appear, and all you have to do is simply jump on over and pick up your brand new exotic rocket launcher. And that's it guys, it's actually pretty simple, but there are a few painful steps in between there. However, it's nothing you really can't do in one sitting. So, go get it, Guardian, and as always, I hope this guide was not only easy to follow, but I hope it helps you get through it a little faster than usual. Now, I haven't quite put truth to the test yet to see if it's something worth bringing with me on my next raid, but I'm sure there will be plenty of exotic reviews coming out here soon. Anyways, I'm out of here guys. As always, thank you so much for watching and for supporting Sly Nation. If you're new to my channel, then welcome my friend. Hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to check me out on Twitter or Facebook at Sly Nation or Sly Nation Gaming on the FB. Subscribe for lots more Destiny 2 guides as we begin the countdown to Shadowkeep. Keep those eyes open for a lot more videos coming out here soon, but until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.